Hi all, Cynthia here. Welcome. Today I'm doing a art journal process layout based on Friday the 13th. So the background here was already started. It's where I've had excess paint from other projects and I've just wiped it off on the page. And now I'm going over it with black acrylic paint, and I'm going to be creating a night sky here. So I've gone in with black, and now I'm coming in with some dark blue over top of the black, leaving some of the black poking out here and there. And then once I do that, I'll come in with a purple and have some purple showing as well. So I'll have the three colours. In fact, I think once I do the purple, I come back in again in a moment with black again, just to give a little bit of black on top. That's not black, that must be a little bit of blue. And then I come back in with the black. I went to squeeze it out and my black paint had gone really thick and clumpy on top, so I've just pulled out a big blob of it. And now I've just come back over. So I've made the top a little bit darker, deliberately made it uneven so it's not all uniform in colour. Initially thought I would try to put some stars in the sky with some modelling paste or a stencil, so I put out my stencils there, but I didn't have a stencil that would look like stars. So here are the three images that I'm going to use. So I've just jumped on the web and found a cat, a house and a ladder, and I'm going to colour these in so that my printer, when it's printed, has printed the black out a little bit streaky. Not sure what happened there, whether I'm getting low on ink or what it is. So I'm just using a Copics marker to colour it in, and then I will trim them out. There you go, all trimmed up. Just use the marker again to go around to cover up the white edges. And I've cut the house up because I know I don't want to use all three houses. I'll only use one or two. Not exactly sure which ones I will use. So I've just cut them up a little bit, and we'll just place the items down on the page and go from there, see which one looks quite right. So now I sort of start thinking about how am I going to make these go together on the page. Couldn't really make it work that well. Nothing seemed to look quite right. So I put out some gesso here, added some water, and going to create some white stars in the sky. Made a bit of a mess there, but I'll just use a wet wipe to wipe that up. So there we go, that's sort of starting to look a little bit like a night sky. I think I get the heat gun out and half dry that off. I have these stars in my stash. They were from a Christmas collection a few years back. I brought some. So these ones are silver. And I'm going to glue those down with a hot glue gun because the sort of inside of them is hollow. So I had to sort of put something in there that would fill in and also glue it down. So hot glue gun, the trusty hot glue, mind you, it did just slightly melt the stars a little bit. That's fine. Character. Then I pull out these tiny, tiny, tiny little glittery stars, and I'm going to sprinkle those around the page. Had a bit of hassles trying to figure out how I'm going to pick them up because they were so tiny. And the glue. I don't actually have a proper little tool that I see people using. So I found this wooden stick. I think you use it to do your nails with actually, but I use it as a part of my art supplies. And it actually just picked up each star really nice. So I've just daubed a little bit of glue here, there and everywhere, and I'll place a star on top of each one. I'm not worried about the glue showing through because it will dry clear and you don't see that glue. So just sprinkling those around as well. So now we've got some white gesso stars, the big silver stars, and now we've got some little tiny glitter stars. I think a couple of times I got confused between what was glue and what was just a white dot on the page from the gesso. Now I'm coming in and I want to draw just, or paint in I should say, a small bit of land in the foreground. That's what my images are going to sit on. So I'll put that there, and now I want to just make a little bit lighter behind the land and the actual sky, so it helps sort of separate the two a little bit. So I make up some sort of random colour. I'm mixing a few different things together, and sort of like a purpley grey blue colour. And I start putting that along. I decided I wanted it to be a little bit more purple, so I pull out the purple and then I draw it and use a bit of a paper towel and my finger just to blend it in. So you can see as it's going along there how it just gives that little bit more of a highlight behind the hills. So then when I set my images on, it's going to help them stand out a little bit. I was trying to figure out how I was going to get my images to stand out. Black images against a dark sky. So perspective is one thing I really struggled with here. So I've got the ladder on one hill and the cat on another hill and the house somewhere there as well. Yeah, it probably doesn't, in that sense, doesn't fit together, but I know what it is trying to say. So I was trying to make the house look like it was back off in the distance further. The cat was sitting there, and the ladder's there as well. So I've pulled out this gold, no, it's not gold, it's silver glitter pen, and I'm going to go around all the images just to give them a little bit of a glow, as if the night sky is just shining on them. I've printed the quote out. I printed it out in a few different sizes because I didn't know what size I want it to be on the page, but I decided to go with the bigger size that I printed, and the quote just says, "Just so you know, I plan on crossing your path right after you avoid the ladder." So obviously it's all about superstition, and that's what Black Friday, Unlucky Friday, so Friday the 13th is all about. So glue those down. And I'm liking the way this is coming together. Decide to get the silver pen out and go around some of the stars as well, just to make them look like they're shining a little bit more. And I think I've already done it, or I'm about to. It looks like I've already done it. I put a eye on the cat as well, so it has a yellow eye, and I've coloured in the window to the house to give it sort of a light effect, as if there's a light on inside. So I've gone around some of the stars, made all those sort of pop out and shine a little bit, and then I bring out the my oxide inks, and I'm just going to use a couple of them to go over top of the quote to help that blend in a little bit. I will also go around them messily with the silver glitter pen to give them the same shining look. And then I go to the stash and pull out some little alphas, and I'm going to spell out Friday the 13th and stick that down on the page, and that will be pretty much the end of the layout. So I really like the background and the stars and the concept of the page. As I said, I still feel like the perspective of the items on the page is probably not quite right, but so I'm still learning how to get that right. But overall, I really like the page and I really enjoyed doing it. So I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I love reading all the comments and answering them. Other than that, I will glue that down, dry it off. I'll do the same as what I did with the other items on the page. I will go around it with the silver pen and highlight it, and that's it. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the process, and I will catch you on the next one. Talk to you then. Have a wonderful day. Bye.